Right there. You're now listening to Whiskey Road, episode 80. Did you write this, Chance?
I didn't personally.
Oh, okay. But you found it.
I searched for it and found it.
Oh.
Actually, I didn't. I was on your account of Epidemic Sound, and I was looking up, I think, stuff to put in video, and it had this song on there, and I was like, play it. Oh,
Yes. Like this.
yeah, getting to my ear holes.
Yeah. It feels like us.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a little crunchy.
Yeah.
A little bluesy.
Yeah.
A little hip hoppy.
That's cool.
A little
everything?
rock.
A little
Yeah.
everything?
A little everything. A little
Yeah.
everything on that bagel, please. It's an everything bagel.
Everything.
It's an everything bagel intro song.
Speaking
So
of,
for once, we don't have a guest.
I guess. I know it's been a minute.
Have the show with just us, just your three hosts with the most body mass. That is.
It's kind of weird. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I like it this way.
I'm thinking the same way.
I like it this way. It's refreshing. I mean, guests are fun and all, but
Sure.
we can't be our normal jackasses
Yeah.
like we.
Yeah, we got to think about
mean,
their sensibilities.
Literally, big Latina mamas was said on the last one with a guest. So I don't know.
Oh man, a lot of people found that funny, and then I guess some people on YouTube didn't because it got a lot of people got their feelings hurt.
I'm okay with that.
Feelings hurt.
I'm totally cool with the thumbs down.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not why I do this.
For thumbs ups.
Yeah, no.
You don't do it for points from the public.
Right?
Well,
Right?
speaking of us and points, what do you got over there, bro?
I'm
Oh,
pointing
shit.
to it.
That right there?
Look at that.
What?
Look at that.
Whoa, this is
People.
no small thing. Yeah,
One of the Whiskey Bros
Thomas Handy.
faves. Yeah. And
Yeah.
this Doc brought this bottle for once. Wow.
That's amazing.
What year
Yeah.
is that?
2000. Shit, I can't see.
2020.
2020?
Yeah, I won't say how I know this, but I just know it.
Yeah.
Look
So
at the label.
We're gonna crack this bottle.
Yes. Yes, we are.
I can't think of two other dudes.
I wish
I'd rather
Will
crack
was
this
here to
bottle
give us a
with.
drum roll real quick.
Well, I mean,
I can't reach it.
I can go over there real quick. It'll just make Doc
Sweet.
nervous.
Yeah.
I need help with my throat because I have chronic mono. as
Yeah,
Doc
you
puts
do.
it.
Yeah, what is that?
I don't know. You tell us, medical doctor. Whatever it is, I have it.
Yeah,
You have chronic? Is that what you said? Chronic mono?
chronic mono or EBV.
I think I had-
Epstein-Barr virus.
Okay, yeah. I think I had something called reoccurring mono. Is that different? Or is that
No, it's same.
Okay, okay. So
Which I didn't have until I kissed a woman with mono. All downhill from there.
Yeah.
no.
No.
I'm gonna laugh. Give us a beat. No.
Okay, so chronic mono. Basically, everybody
Hey,
has.
hang on just a second before
Okay.
you. I mean, this is
Okay.
important. You got to taste this stuff. It's
Oh shit! Wow, that's dense. Yeah.
so good when it touches your lips. Cheers, brothers. God almighty.
It's been a while.
Oh, and every bottle is different.
It burns all the way down.
It does.
My
It's
tongue,
so good,
my
though.
back of my throat where my mono is, then it hits my stomach ulcer. And
Yeah.
Sound like a bunch of old men. You see the scar here, boy? I got 2 stomach ulcers.
Thomas Handy Sazerac.
I know.
It's the granddaddy to the baby Sazerac.
If you can get your hands on one of these
Get
bottles.
your hand on a
Hand on it.
Get your hand on a handy.
Man, we named the podcast episode early in this one. Get your hand on a hand.
Hand on the handy. God, that's good.
That is so good. So good.
All
Thanks,
right,
Doc.
sorry, Doc. Chronic.
Oh yeah.
Chronic, reoccurring,
Mono.
different names. Why do you have different names for the same thing?
Because
Chronic and reoccurring kind of means
no,
the same
I think
thing,
people
or-
have suffered from this for a long time. They just not known what to call it.
Sort of like COVID.
Yeah. So COVID.
He's like, yeah, but
Yep.
not at all.
Yeah, not at all. So mono, okay, is the symptom of the virus.
Mm.
Okay, the virus is Epstein-Barr virus.
Epstein. I have not been to Epstein Island.
No.
Yeah.
I've not. I didn't go there to get this.
You're not on the list.
Yeah, think Jeffrey Epstein.
Okay.
Yeah,
Epstein
and that's the right Epstein.
He definitely had mono.
So it's like,
So this virus comes into us like when we're younger,
Yeah.
and it causes monocytosis or a predominance of a certain type of
I don't know if you noticed what you just did there.
what? What did I do?
You said think of Epstein, and then you said comes inside of us when we're younger.
what? That did not.
Oh my gosh, I did say that.
Oh,
Could you
sorry.
say that again?
I'm
Yeah,
so sorry.
yeah.
Laughing without.
I don't think I can say it again.
No, I didn't catch it at all. I didn't catch it. I want to know.
Something about comes inside of us.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he said think of the Epstein Island
Yeah.
thing, and then it comes inside of us when
Okay.
we're young.
Wow. Yep. And we're going to prison.
And we're canceled.
I know. Is this like going to become an episode for the vault?
No. Okay. Back on the rails. Back on the rails.
Back on the rails. So basically, we get this virus that doesn't go away. Okay.
Live with it forever.
Yeah. And so if you think back, like we've always thought of mono, like you got mono, then you got rid of mono, and you couldn't get it again, right?
Not the case.
It turns out that's not actually true.
And is there any really thing that you can do about it?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, and so when our immune system, we actually have this virus that never goes away, and our immune system is always kind of keeping it at bay, right? And so we're fine as long as our immune system is good. But there are times when our immune system falters, and this virus actually just kind of comes back up to cause us trouble. And so we call this EBV flares or mono flares, and a lot of people get this. Yeah.
And if they don't have it, then they marry somebody that does have it. And now they have it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally. You know,
Yeah, but I mean,
Get
not that
married.
it's sexually
not-
transmitted.
there's not really 100% proof that your wife is the one that gave it to you, because what Doc's saying
it's
is
everywhere.
you could have had it at a younger age, and
Yeah.
you're getting older now, so your immune system's automatically starting to suck a little bit. So now it's just flaring up, correct?
That's a great way to describe it.
So you described it as non-sexually transmitted.
Yeah.
How would it be transmitted in other ways?
I mean, it can, like any other virus.
Yeah.
Now some viruses are like airborne, but
Yeah.
Wasn't it big back in the day from water fountains?
Oh yeah,
You could get it
Yeah,
from
totally.
drinking from the
So if
water
I
fountain.
lick my finger
Or
and give
Yep.
Heath
you
a
know,
wet
classic mono is the kissing
Yeah.
disease,
Yeah.
Okay.
right?
I mean, if you're kissing somebody, it's kind of sexual, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
true
I'm not
story.
kissing anybody unless we're about to go to Pound Town.
I mean,
I
we
don't
don't live in a
We've
vacuum.
kissed a lot.
I'm not
never went
Italian,
there.
bro. I mean,
But
oh, come here. Let's go to
Hey.
see you.
Is Italians
Yeah.
the one that kiss on the both sides of the cheek?
I think that's a Europe
French.
thing. Yeah,
it's
French.
a European thing. Yeah, French
They
do,
love to kiss each other.
but not British.
Yeah.
No,
No,
not
don't go
British.
kiss a British person.
Yeah.
Ooh, new podcast.
New podcast. Don't kiss a British person. Yeah, I like that one better.
So tell us your experience with E EBV.
Are you looking at me? Because I'm looking down right
Yes.
Yeah.
now. Well, I'm assuming we ended up with freaking COVID at the beginning of 1 week before February got here, because we both succumbed to
It is now March, so
Yep.
just to add some
a month.
time scale.
Yeah, a month, a little over a month ago. We both succumbed to what we thought was like freaking terrible sinus and allergy crud.
Yeah.
And I mean, no fever, anything like that. Just lethargy, lethargy,
Yeah.
Yep.
fatigue. Just classic symptoms of like
Body
cold.
aches.
No body
Okay.
aches. No, nothing
Okay.
like that.
See, mono, you usually get body aches, right?
Yeah.
But it was like sinus pressure, head pressure, cranial pressure, all that's there. And we're like, oh, okay, this is all just sinus crud, whatever.
Mhm.
And
Which it
then-
could have been.
It's Texas, so it's like, here, this month is good.
I mean,
no, this month is full of.
Perpetual allergy season
Yeah.
here.
We live-
Yeah.
Yeah, because technically, if that was, let's say he did have that bad sinus crud shit, I mean, could that have what pushed him over the edge?
Oh yeah.
But I don't think that's what it was. I think we ended up with COVID because
Yeah.
everybody was getting it at that point, and then somebody that described the exact same symptoms that we had went and took a COVID test, and they're like, no, it showed up hot. So
Yeah.
whatever. Anyways, but since then, I've been dealing with a off and on sore throat, like 3 to 4 days out of the week.
Yeah.
Right now, it seems to be worse. But
Before or after the handy?
I mean, handy makes everything better, so I'm feeling great.
Well, is your throat better or worse? Before or after the handy?
Am I giving the handy or am I?
I don't know,
taking the
bro. I
handy?
don't know which one you did.
If I'm taking the handy, yes, it feels great.
It feels better on the throat.
Yeah.
As it goes down.
Like, why would segue right into that? This one is going to the vault.
Wow. Okay, so you've had this like
Off and on sore throat, and then I
Yeah.
had a few days where I'm like just major fatigue, randomly, just weird ass random fatigue, and I'm like,
That's the mono.
yeah,
yeah, and then we check your EBV titers,
Yeah.
and they're through the roof. So
Were they through the roof?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what I'm looking at, but he's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You got it. He called it before I told him what I got. He's like, you got the Epstein virus. I'm like, no,
Yeah,
I didn't go.
Have they not put a petition out to change the name of that virus after the whole island thing?
I mean, you should, right?
Because if you look at and talk to some people and you tell them, hey, you have the Epstein virus, they might go,
What?
Man.
Yeah, it kind of fucks you.
But it's the Epstein Barr virus. So
Kind
it's like Jeffrey Epstein married Roseanne Barr and they had a child and it's a virus. It's pretty close. So,
yeah.
Oof. It's a rough kid.
I know, right? But it turns out like this is really prominent.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody has this virus. I say everybody.
You say
know.
everybody.
It's like 90% of all people.
Okay. Do you have it?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't kissed you, though.
No.
You didn't get it from me.
And it's flared in the past, and I've checked my blood levels for the titers, right? At times whenever it's flared, and then at times when it's not flared.
What are titers?
Okay, so titers.
yeah, I thought that was what we called the kids that were eating Tide Pods.
Yeah, okay. I like it, titers.
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 Bunch of freaking titers.
So titers, that's a way to like say we're checking the blood level of antibodies. So what does that mean?
I don't know.
Okay.
You tell us, bro.
So our body has identified a foreign invader, okay? And it develops antibodies that respond to that foreign invader, right? And so whenever we check titers, we're just checking the response that our body has to a specific foreign invader.
Okay. So
Does
the
that make
titers
sense?
also, they're the same thing as antibodies? Or
Yes.
They are. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So basically, with the Epstein-Barr virus titers, we're checking to see to what degree is your body mounting a response to this virus.
Okay.
Okay, so that's interesting.
My body was mounting a high defense,
Yes.
and it showed in the lab work.
So we're concluding that, yeah, you're dealing with that process because your titers are elevated.
Elevated. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's
So that's
got
a
it.
very valid question. He does.
I wonder
No,
if-
I've had it before. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you have?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
I wonder if that's what throws his gout into.
Yeah.
Shit,
So
who
so
knows?
you're getting in some really new and complicated territory.
Yeah, gout, new,
Yeah.
complicated.
yeah.
Oldest disease known to man. But
No. So and hopefully it's something we're actually learning about. But in what ways do we break down as, healthy individuals?
On a cellular level?
Yeah, on the cellular level.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's complicated.
I have a GED.
but
Yeah.
but I do think what you're going at is something to do with it because this time, which I got another gout
Got another gout
flare
flare.
up.
In his
Yep.
jaws
Yeah.
now, too.
Yep, it's in my jaw. It's in my jaw. A gout flare up, and I may or may have not felt froggy one day and went working with the boys at work
Yeah.
for a full day. Literally the next morning, boom!
Put you back down.
Oh god, the foot just.
Yeah. So
But it's weird. It's weird this time. I don't know. It's just it feels almost different.
So traditionally we have said that getting old sucks,
Yes.
Yeah. Most
right?
people
we're not
that have
even old.
preceded us would say, yeah,
yeah, you're just
we're
getting
on to
old.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I kind of hope that as time goes on, we actually are better understanding how we're getting old and uncovering the mechanisms of getting old, right? And
I'd like to make 95 or 100. I'd like to make 110, but I don't want to get to the point where you've outlived all your friends.
Did you just say 110?
Yeah.
it's going to happen.
Could you imagine,
It'll happen.
Dude, could you imagine the things that'll be going on here?
Yeah, but not for you. You're going to be sitting around in a diaper, bro. 110?
No, the goal is to be.
You better start smoking a lot more cigars and drinking a lot more Dr. Peppers if you want to make it to 100.
The goal is to feel like you're 60 at 100.
I
Right?
like that.
Nah, bro. I want my 45. Well, no, I'm older than that. I want my 47-year-old brain to be put into a 22-year-old body.
Yeah, I don't know that
That's what I'm looking
Wait,
for.
you're not going to be
happen.
47 this year.
I didn't say I was.
Yeah, you're going to be 44.
I know.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
think 47 is a good age.
Okay,
Got a little
that's
bit
just
more.
a weird ass random
Yeah.
age.
I got
So
some
we
things
can't
planned.
we can't do that right now.
No, but that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah,
Like I don't want to live until I'm 110. I'll be worthless.
I mean,
Oh yeah, no.
no, it's like if you're like 65 at 110.
Yeah, you're still
Right.
up and at 'em, productive. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Recent studies have said
Sayed.
That's my thinking. But I'm saying a
It's a
word,
little
but I'm
slow
also
today.
processing.
Yeah.
I'm also
Sayed.
processing what's coming after it. I might just draw that word out
Yep.
a little long. So recent studies have said, like, you're currently your most productive age is now in the 60 to 70 age range.
Why do you think that
I guess
is?
because it's
gonna call
a
bullshit.
confluence of
You're calling bullshit.
Calling
it's
bullshit.
a confluence of like wisdom and overall achievements, and
Okay.
also a succumbing to reality. Like, oh, my time's getting limited, and maybe that's more of an encouragement, a fire under
That's
the old ass.
really
if you will.
interesting.
Yeah.
And you're still calling bullshit.
Okay.
Keith.
Tell
Yes,
us why.
because they're fucking old. At 65, I ain't gonna be doing nothing, bro.
No, dude. The day I got engaged to my wife walking down the mountain, we met a 93-year-old walking up the mountain.
Yeah, but that's not gonna be me.
Well,
Yeah, you
Could
told
be.
us. You told us about that cat,
could be. Sure,
Yeah.
did,
right?
yeah.
He was like 93, and he was just starting off.
I mean, shit,
So
we
he'd be
can't even walk
97
up and
now.
down the mountain now.
Yeah.
We can.
Well, yes, but it would take us a week.
We are not in good shape. We are not in high altitude shape.
Yeah,
I can
Yeah.
walk around here for days. I get up there and I walk for 10 minutes. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, dude.
so that becomes a hard aspect of life. Is how do we actually get healthier as we get older? I mean, as we're sitting around drinking handy, obviously. You know,
More handies.
There's
But-
absolutely nothing wrong with what we're drinking, sir,
no, I mean, unless you do it every night.
which I do not.
Yeah. Yeah. So how do we actually change for the better? Oh, that's hard.
It's got to be a shift, a systematic shift from a societal standpoint, right?
Yeah.
Or do you think? Do you mean us isolated? Us?
There you get into a tough subject that I call technologic totalism, right? I think we've touched on it, right? But I'm perpetually hoping that there's some technologic solution that helps us change for the better.
Like they put our brain in a robotic body.
Yeah, or
That'd
or
be terrifying. It'd be terrifying.
Yeah, but it would be cool to put your brain into just a newer body, a version of you. That's why I said a 47-year-old
I don't know
brain.
to what degree is AI changing things.
I don't know. I mean, we're already
It's helped Heath this week.
we're already
It has.
bioprinting. Oh, okay, good segue.
Yeah,
But we
we'll get
are
into it.
already bioprinting pieces of human anatomy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
So
telling me
who's-
if you were 47, because that's the age,
Yeah.
you wouldn't want to go and put your brain, if it was capable, into a 22-year-old body of you?
Yeah.
Like if that was actually a possibility.
If that was a possibility to
But-
where you just
Yeah.
laid down one night, you went to sleep, when you woke back up, you were a 22-year-old body
Yeah.
with your same 47-year-old brain?
right?
Bro.
Does the brain also ages, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
so now we'd be a 22-year-old body with mono, COVID, hemorrhoids, just automatic. Bam!
We'd look like
Systemic mitochondrial dysfunction.
yeah, we look like Tom Cruise with the brain of Joe Biden.
Oh, God, no. He's way past 40.
Yeah, it seems like
I mean,
genetically.
obviously we haven't figured that out yet.
No, but that would be cool, though.
But is that
Yeah.
something we want to do? It seems like genetically we are we are predisposed to an expiration date, right?
So yes, that's still true.
Yeah, which
Right?
is probably as nature, God, whatever you want, as intended.
But there's some really cool science
Mhm.
that's happening that is maybe making that less true as time goes on,
Mm-hmm.
right? As we understand the ways in which we break down
What happens to the-
immunologic in the case of Epstein-Barr,
Mm-hmm.
but also toxicologic,
Mhm.
right? In the ways that we clean up all the toxic shit in our body.
We have
right?
a long way to go. Like we did.
Yeah,
we've
we
got
do.
lead. We've got the atmosphere. The carbon emissions are cleaned up.
We got
a lot,
shit in our diet.
But now we have microplastics. We've got seed oils.
Right.
We've got PUFAs. I mean,
So our body, we understand now our body lives in a toxic environment and is constantly working to clean shit up.
so with somebody with
And as time goes on, as we age, our body gets worse at cleaning shit up,
yeah.
right? And so that's an element of aging,
Let me ask you.
right?
Somebody with a diet of the mid 18th or 19th century, 1850, let's say, homesteading diet, fruit or vegetables, meats, everything is grown in the garden or raised in the barn is for meat production.
Probably that looked like eggs every day.
Yeah, eggs. They don't ever get old.
That's probably what they lived on: eggs and beans.
Okay, so anyways,
Right?
1850s diet: meat, potato, vegetables in the garden,
bread.
Yep, maybe bread.
Yeah.
That diet with today's modern pharmaceuticals, how long do you think people would live to?
I don't know.
Because it's
that's a tough
the
question.
pharmaceuticals
Right?
now are revolutionary.
I wouldn't even be able to venture a guess.
It's got to be longer,
Oh
correct?
yeah, right.
It's got to be better.
Okay, so
The pharmaceuticals now are revolutionary, but the diet is garbage.
here's why that subject is complicated. Is okay, so we updated or improved the human situation. Okay, in the early 20th century, right?
Got a big gulp there,
So if we said like 1900,
Taylor.
okay, people from a technologic standpoint, people's lives got better, right? Because
Yes.
we had better technology. We extended human life with modern medicine. You know, if we put a marker in 1900, but that's also whenever we added all the shit into the diet
Pollution.
as well.
Yeah.
In
Air
the
pollution,
1900?
ground pollution.
Yeah, 1860s to 1920s. That's whenever you had the big surge of
Industrial
industrial
revolution.
yeah, PUFAs, right?
Mass produced, cheap, and are in every food source.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But I think,
So we don't actually know how long we could live.
but it's got to be longer. Like to go back, because I mean, let's just say if all we ate was meat,
And if we cleaned
Bread.
up the diet,
right? But I
Right.
mean, that's what I'm saying. So meat, beans, bread. I mean, what else would back in the day?
I mean, you're gonna back then.
Potatoes.
It's gonna be potato. It's gonna be legumes, stuff like beans, stuff grown in the ground, easy to harvest. Potatoes, carrots, radishes. I think your lettuce does pretty good in colder climates too, right? And then whatever meat and poultry you have in the barn.
So I think
And you're only worrying about your family.
Could you even go this far? If we just took out mobile food source,
what do you
Fast-
mean by
fast food?
mobile?
anything you can pick up
Food
out of the
source.
car and directly stick it in your mouth that
Dinner in
you
a
did
bag.
not have to cook.
Okay,
So
I gotcha.
your grocery
So-
stores are still available. So you still buy, you can still
are
buy
you
that
saying processed?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, depending on what process. I mean, can you go to Whataburger and get just a cheeseburger? Is that processed? They say it's 100% meat,
I think it's processed.
but I mean, who knows? It could
Yeah.
be human, as far as we know.
Yeah.
We don't check on it.
So I struggle all the time with how do I define healthy?
Right.
And I think the best definition of healthy is natural versus processed. And so if most reasonable people look at a food and they ask themselves, okay, is this natural or is it processed? Then they're probably, and if the answer comes to them that this is natural, that's probably healthy food. If it's processed, It's unhealthy.
But so what do you call them processed?
Okay.
What do you mean by processed?
I've used this term for a long time. Okay, if you can't pick it, pill it, or kill it, then it's probably processed.
Okay, but so you can pick all your vegetables.
Yeah.
Not necessarily you're planting them, but you can pick all your vegetables and potatoes, but they got 65 gallons per hour of chemicals getting put on them.
Sure.
How is that any different than going to McDonald's and getting
it's a valid question.
Okay, well, that's another topic that's been brought up is seasonal availability is no longer a thing. Like you can get shit from all over the world being sprayed with whatever they can put on it to make sure it produces.
Yeah.
And then it comes to the consumer.
Yep.
Versus, okay, hey, it's this growing season. Ooh, this is what you get in the farmer's market because it is during the season. And then they sell out, you eat that, and then, ooh, okay, now it's this growing season, and now this product is available to you as the consumer. Yep. It's not a fucking global supply thing where it's like, oh, I can get anything I want any time of the year, no matter what.
You go to the big store in Southlake and get shit you never even seen before.
Yeah, that's true. And so that's a first world thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm.
I think also modern day stresses. This kind of segues into the other topic. Modern day stresses. 1850s, people didn't have to worry about global catastrophes. They didn't have to worry about anything outside of their own little circle and their own little community, right?
Yeah, I think that's a valid observation.
So we have
had to deal with the plague.
Well, you didn't have to deal with it if you stayed out of the cities.
Yeah, that's true.
Decision paralysis and endless options and choices. Like, what have we done to ourselves? You know how, we were just talking about that the other day. Like, because all the information is there does not mean it's a good thing.
Yeah, it's true. It's like, okay, how bad would COVID have been if we didn't have the news? Right? If you didn't hear about COVID from a news standpoint, say it was like 1900. Let's go back to 1900. Say it was 1900. You didn't have this computer that you were looking at every day. You didn't know what was happening in China.
Yeah, you didn't know that your food prices were about to go up because the Ukraine's at war with Russia. So fertilizer prices have now tripled. And whether you think that is going to affect you or not, it's going to because you read it. It's already ingrained. It's now a part of you, and you're going to stress about it. Subconsciously,
right?
You're still going to.
How do you get out of that world?
Fuck, I don't know, because we're so ingrained in it.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know.
I don't know the right.
You literally have to go live off the beaten path.
Yeah,
without modern I don't know. You just have to disconnect.
Can you get up every day and just go about your day as if that's the only thing that mattered?
Yeah, you could turn off. You go back to a dumb phone. Literally turn off any access to media and news, but it's like somewhere you're going to hear about it from somebody else because not everybody is going to turn all that stuff off.
Right.
Well, out of the three sitting here, I think you would be the only one that's possible that can turn it off.
Yeah, now it's become a necessity, right?
So like me and Doc, there's no way we can survive without it because our business, our jobs, our everything is on that back and forth.
So I think we have termed this most appropriately the echo chamber.
Okay.
Another name?
Yeah, I know, echo chamber, right? Another name. So we live in an echo chamber where we are hearing echoes, bouncing all around us.
Whether it applies to us or not.
Yeah, exactly. And we constantly prioritize what we hear in the echo chamber versus what is our own reality. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's deep. We just got deep.
Okay, so
yeah.
Without forsaking that, but back to the topic at hand here, like just the availability of everything is not a good thing. There's no quest in life anymore. Like everything is instant gratification. Mm-hmm. Nothing takes work. It's just there.
Yeah, that's valid.
And now the stress is not seeking out what you need. It's making the decision out of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, to narrow down which one of the things you need in the category that all these other things apply to.
Yeah. All of a sudden you're able to have whatever you want.
Mm-hmm. With no work. Minimal effort.
You guys live in a different world than me.
No, we don't.
Please,
No, we don't.
please
I
explain.
fucking work for everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, do you remember what it used to take just to watch a TV show in the 90s?
Yeah, you had to actually like get up and go turn the TV on.
Just
You had to enjoy the programming
while it was there.
while it was there.
Well, that
no
you had to
t-
watch. You had to watch the commercials and
That too.
Yeah.
There was no TiVo. There was no recording it. There was no streaming. It wasn't on demand. It was like, here's a show, here's TV guide. Okay, we better make time for that.
yeah.
yeah, you scheduled your TV show watching.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But stuff like that.
That's true.
That took a little effort
Yeah.
and a little work and a little scheduling of your show. Now everything is just so available to you. I don't feel like, well, you guys
sit
have
down
kids.
on the
You have
shitter.
teenagers now, but
yeah, you sit down on the shitter, you can watch whatever you
I'll
want.
catch up with Masters of the Air while
Yeah.
I'm on the toilet.
yeah.
You couldn't watch TV on the shitter in the around 1990.
And before you just learned what Lysol did.
yeah.
But the same thing applies to his food. Like,
Yeah.
we're striving to cook most of our food now at home. But the same issue comes up every time. My wife's like, I'm going to the grocery store. What do you want? Fuck, I don't know. I guess I've forgotten everything that I like all of a sudden, but
Yeah.
everything is available to us. And I can't, for the life of me, in those first 10 to 15 seconds, name one goddamn thing that I want from the store.
Right.
Yeah, this is
Well, and then
This is a problem.
that whole concept of cooking at home doesn't do nothing but get harder.
No, I get it. Yeah,
Because I mean, you got the baby, so I mean, it's a little bit easier because you're there.
But I think what we're poking
God
at
dang.
is it doesn't have to be harder. With like that harder is just a perception.
Well, no, it doesn't have to be harder, but like for what I mean by harder,
We make it harder.
yes, but like just for us, I mean, your kids are in dance, my kids in sports,
Yeah.
so therefore I get off work at 3:30. Time I get the kids picked up, time I take them to tutoring, time I take them to piano lessons, time I take them to volleyball practice, and then I get home at 8:00 at night. I'm like, let's just
Yeah.
swing through Subway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that's the last thing I want to do is get home and cook for 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So how do you establish what's normal?
I don't even know that word.
Yeah, that's tough.
I mean,
Because
I'm facing
normal
it.
to me was the 2 weeks the world shut down during COVID.
Okay.
Dead serious. I loved every freaking
But
minute
guess
of it.
what? Not everything was readily available to you then.
That's fine. I loved every single
So that's
bit
what
of
I'm asking. Is there actually more fulfillment and accomplishment in actually having to work to seek things out, to get things done versus I got to stop at Subway on the way home?
Yeah, you just have it
Well, I mean,
available.
most of
You're
your
just-
food stuff was available because that was never shut. Yeah, it was because that was priority, whatever they called it, not priority.
You're saying during COVID.
During the 2 week shutdown,
Yeah.
you know, where everything was shut down. I mean, I didn't get shut down from work, but that's another reason why I liked it because I went to work, I came home, all the family was
Yeah.
there. They were outside, they were reading books, they were doing cool shit. Then we cooked dinner because we had time. That's a big, and I think that's the only way for us to get even close to back to normal, if you will, is to
Yeah.
shut it down.
That's okay. So there
gotta-
you go.
it's
That's
gotta-
a larger point of my point is time. And what do we do right now when we have free time? We look at screens and endlessly scroll and
Yeah.
stream stuff that is readily available, literally fucking limitlessly.
Yeah, that's because
No end in sight. You can waste 8 hours of your free time either streaming shit on YouTube or one of the streaming networks or
Right.
scrolling on the phone.
But like for me, it's not 8 hours. It's easy. So like when I get home, get the kids bathed. After all that shit I just said, you got to get the kids bathed. You got to make sure they got homework done. If you cook, you got to cook. If you feed them, you got to eat. Then you got to put all that crap up, and then you got to get ready for in the morning. I mean, what else am I going to do for the last hour and a half? I'm going to sit down and chill and watch some TV.
Watch some TikTok.
So
Yeah.
that's during your free time.
Yeah.
That's during my free time, yeah. Which and you have dual kids in some sort of sports or dance or music or anything. It's just all the time going. And that's the main reason why when we shut down for those 2 weeks, I was like, babe, I want to do this once a year just because.
Well, just to pick a movie now, it's challenging because everything is available to you. So it's like,
we tried to pick one last night and failed, and we tried to pick another one and failed.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And it was terrible. Like family movie night sucked ass.
decision paralysis because you have so many options at your fingertips. And thanks to Elon, I'm pretty sure, in a few years, it won't even be fingertips. Like, I'm thinking of this movie.
Yep.
It's on your screen. It won't even be on your screen. It'll be projected on the back of your fucking retina.
Yeah.
And
So if we frame it like this, like instant gratification in the echo chamber. So we're nearing the possibility of being able to hear anything we want in the echo chamber. But that doesn't necessarily change our grounding with reality. So that's pretty deep.
Yeah. I don't really know the solution. But today, like we came out and hung out with his kids. And you know what we did?
Okay.
We flew a kite.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Just put a piece of vinyl
I love
in the
hearing
air with
that.
a string.
Right?
That's it. Flew a kite.
That's awesome.
Reveled in the fact that this solid piece of matter can go airborne and stay suspended in the air.
What a great day for flying a kite, too.
Yeah.
It was a great day. And we watched the ladies suck it up on some cornhole.
Oh yeah, they did.
They did some other things and made some burgers, but the kite was the
So maybe those are the things we should establish as goals.
flying a kite.
Simplify.
Yeah.
Simplify. I think is the
Simplify.
thing.
It's like
shutting down.
Shutting down and being
okay. So if our reality involves a screen, maybe we should seek some other reality. Oh,
true reality.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we've started. I mean, I think we're down to 2 hours a day.
okay.
But then you can get into the rabbit hole. Is this reality really reality?
No, I mean, I mean screen time.
Yeah, I know.
2 hours a day on screen.
Doc
time
knows where I'm going
with
with
the
that.
kids, but
Is the simulation a real reality that we live in?
Yeah, that's
it's not. We're not doing that
that's
tonight.
a very very good question.
We're not doing that tonight.
So I think the through line here is how do we decide what we ought to do?
Yeah.
It's like by what things do we decide what things shape our decision tree as far as what we should eat, what we should spend our time on?
I think simplification and quality time and being I think the key word here is being present.
Yeah.
Being present with the real people in your real reality.
And I'll say I've not had a very good week of that.
Okay.
Right? It's been tough.
Let me guess. You've been on the screen with AI.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yeah. And being a technologic totalist. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always engaging with technology to see what it can solve next.
Have you not exhausted
and
yourself?
And it's not fixed reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At any point, are you thinking to yourself, what am I doing?
Oh, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's time to get off the toilet. My legs are numb.
Yes.
I've seen this man half naked shooting arrows in the middle of a kitchen in New Mexico at 2:00 in the morning. So yes, I know he has thought about that.
Yes.
Somebody though this week also benefited from.
I don't know if benefit is the key. I don't know if benefit is the word.
Yeah, I know. I read a post on Facebook that that Savage Bro posted.
Oh, well, I wasn't going to
thinking,
name any names, but somebody benefited.
No, I'll name the names. Heath posted a post on Facebook, and I read
under
that.
the Whiskey Bros page.
No, yeah. I shared it to our page. It was actually under mine, but since we're all administrators,
I was like, wow, he actually wrote this.
No. Well, Chance really thought I wrote it.
No, I didn't. I'm the one that brought it up. I put it in a post. I'm like, Heath, did you write this? Yes. Why?
Who'd you have help?
Are you sure you didn't have somebody help you? No, I didn't.
Yeah.
And now he admits.
Now we know it was
just
okay.
AI.
Yeah, pull that back up that you were using earlier. What?
Yeah, so it's just. I think it's just a Facebook app. I mean, a thing. I don't think it's anything I did, but.
So read what you have generically written in here.
So I just randomly put in, today has been a freaking awesome, and then for some reason, because I said it voice wide, that's where it stopped. Today has been a freaking awesome.
So you dictated this.
Period.
Yeah.
Today has been a freaking awesome, period. I can't wait for this evening to have a great bottle of wine. So it totally makes 0 sense. Yeah. So it totally makes sense that it would be coming from me. And that would be a normal post because y'all know, however Siri or AI hears me talking to it, whatever comes up.
That's what you post.
Usually that's what I post. Yes.
Yeah, you don't proofread.
No, God, no. Whether it makes sense, what it is, I usually post it. So
you went and selected a category, which on
the bottom, after you hit finish, there's this thing that says write with AI. So you can hit that, and then it comes up and it says fixed grammar.
Mm-hmm.
It says you can make it longer, you can make it shorter, you can make it professional, funny, heartfelt, inspirational.
Okay, you chose professional.
So if you just hit professional, it takes a little bit, and then it pops up, and then it comes up with different things that you could say.
So
you
it
could
alters
say,
your statement.
Yeah. So remember what I just said.
Yeah.
Makes 0 sense. And then you could have put, today has been incredibly productive. I look forward to unwinding with a fine glass of wine this evening.
That's exactly Savage Bro right there.
Yeah.
How could you ever mistake that for being AI?
I know, right?
I
Anybody
know.
That's why I couldn't believe you couldn't believe that I wrote.
I know.
Were you?
Here, it gets deeper though.
Yeah,
you
but I mean,
offended?
you can do all kinds of different ones.
Yeah.
Is there a way to like make it sexy?
No, sexy is not on.
But with,
funny. Let's
with
see what the
usage,
funny.
you can make it more savage. You can
So
make
yeah,
it more
you can
savage
get in there,
for
I
them.
think, and
Yeah.
mess with it more. But
Yeah.
so this one's the funny. Today has been off the charts. Amaze balls. I can't wait for wine o'clock to uncork a legendary bottle, raise a glass or 3 to another day of slaying the dragon called life.
Damn,
Dude, that's freaking great.
that's kind of
I know,
frightening.
I
How
know.
Yeah.
that's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
AI.
You know what's scary is you can take that and then say, make this rhyme, and it'll make it rhyme.
Well, I don't know if you can through the Facebook AI.
Yeah, you can go on
Yeah.
to Chat GPT.
Yes, I think
Yeah.
the deeper you get into it, I believe you can.
And put it, color it in the tone of Willie Nelson.
Right. Yeah,
And
yeah.
it'll-
You can get
it'll
deep
do
into
that.
it.
So this is what you can do with your Chat GPT.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you got to
Plus.
download stuff. This is just off of Facebook.
I mean, you saw me do a patient note on Chat GPT like this week.
Not a note, like a fucking summary,
Yeah.
a lengthy one.
So AI looked at my medical records. It developed a chart summary. Basically, it looked at all the medical records and it developed a chart summary for all of those medical records. And then I fed that back into AI and said, I talked to so-and-so about blah, 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 blah. And it took into account that chart summary and then developed the note for what I talked about.
Now China knows everything about all of his patients.
Yeah.
Do you have any fear of
They
that?
know.
Though? Like you've now bridged the gap
No,
between
you're asking a valid question.
wide open
We
internet and patient confidentiality. So do you have any fear that
Yeah, but there is none of that.
There is
all
none.
his patient records are all online.
That's true.
Yeah.
He has
that's
zero
true.
paper records, so it's available anyway.
All anybody's patient.
Yes.
patient
Yeah, not just
records
yours.
now.
But anybody. Yeah, everybody's online now.
Are online.
It's in the cloud, bro. Once it's in the cloud.
I mean, we secure everything to the point that anybody secures it.
Yeah, except China. I mean, you can't do that.
Yeah, I know it's a valid question because are we living in a safe world?
China. I feel pretty safe.
I mean, yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, we're safe.
Yeah, I'm safe.
We're on the right end of the barrel.
do you feel safe?
And now
Shit.
it's time for Conspiracy Crossroads
Oh, shit.
with Savage Bro.
I'm not ready for this, bro. Booyah. So this was just kind of a funny thing that popped up on my lookings because, once you start going down the conspiracy crossroads of searching, you just get random stuff, which is I do. So I got this picture in today.
I like how you use looking as a noun.
Yeah,
Lookings.
because you went lookings for you do some lookings.
Yeah. I love that. I love it.
So this thing popped up on my feeds, and it has a picture of a dude in the ocean. He's scuba diving.
You can put it on your camera.
Yeah, I would, but you probably can't see it and all that. So I'm just going to explain it. So it's a dude in the ocean scuba diving, and he's got 2 big, large oxygen tanks connected to him, and it says oxygen for 1 hour, which is probably correct.
That's probably
two
correct.
big tanks.
Yeah.
But then it has a picture of the dude on the moon on Apollo 17 and an arrow pointing to him, and it says oxygen for 22 hours, and he's just got a backpack on. So what this come from was spaces
Back in 1969.
Put that on the camera. Put that on the camera.
Can you see? Let me see.
Just
Pop this up.
Were we even on the moon for Apollo 17?
Well, I don't know.
Was Apollo 17 even a real mission?
So that's the conspiracy.
Now we're going to have to Google.
I know, right? That's the conspiracy, is that the moon mission wasn't actually real.
Well,
It is. That's exactly right.
yeah.
Yeah.
But he's saying, okay, so even if that is a guy with this, the similar sized oxygen tanks on the moon, I'm going to guess it's an exertion situation. Like you have no gravity to deal with.
Bro,
there.
you're
You
on the
don't have-
goddamn moon.
Yep.
Homeboy's breathing.
I know he's breathing, but he doesn't have the same exertion he's going to use in a full gravitational field on Earth.
No, because that's the same thing when you're
So
in the
it's like-
ocean. There's no gravity down there, too. That's the reason why they train in the water.
I don't know the
It's the
correct
same.
answer to that.
It's the same concept.
Like, I think it would be.
It is.
Right?
Literally,
you have-
astronauts train in pools.
Yeah,
for
it's like
that
you
same
have-
reason.
You have, like, the oxygen utilization doesn't change from the Earth to the moon.
Okay, well, underwater you have compressed atmospheres, right? Like,
Yeah. So
and on the
just
moon you have
it's the
no
same.
atmosphere. You
big
have, so
time
maybe
pressure.
You
No,
have,
it's the
a
same-
pressure
it's a pressure,
differential
yeah.
on the gas in the bottle versus absolutely no pressure on the moon. I don't know. We need to call up Chris Maurer.
No, I think
Yeah,
there
I
is.
think
I think
so.
there is
Engineer.
pressure in space.
No, there's less.
No, because you always see the shows of the spaceships when they poke a little hole, everything's
Oh, okay.
just
yeah.
like when you're in
No,
the
it-
ocean and the submarine that was driven by the PS4 controller.
No, the pressure doesn't actually compress; it leaves. So in space, you have a container.
Oh yeah, it sucks it out.
Okay,
yeah.
so the
Sucks
name's
it
not
out,
off.
right?
It's
Yeah,
not a
yeah.
lie. Apollo 17, December 19th, 1972, was the 11th and final mission of NASA's Apollo program, the sixth
Okay.
and most recent time humans have set foot on the moon.
Booyah.
So we were on the moon.
Well, except for this
Good to
last
know.
one, and that was a robot. So it don't count.
1972.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a very good question.
But then also, so the conspiracy also, we'll keep going down this road, is so on the very first moon landing, was it JFK? JFK
Yeah.
was able to talk to those clowns on the moon with a landline. The video, you look up JFK talking to him while they're
Yeah.
on the moon, he picks
Well,
up
you
the
know.
landline
Yeah.
and he's talking to him. Another thing is we have video of the space.
They gave
Listen to this.
T-Mobile notice in advance,
Yeah,
and
what
they
happened?
stretched
Yeah.
some fiber optics to the moon.
Explain that. And then we have video of the ship landing and the ship taking off.
Okay, fuck.
Whose
we need
video
a
of-
scientist on here.
No scientist can tell me that. Who videoed the ship landing on the moon?
Well, they can transmit wirelessly, right?
How did you get a camera on the moon before the ship landed to video it landed?
Look, GoPro's been around for a long time. I
No,
guess.
bro. And then
Oh my gosh.
how did we get the video of us leaving?
See, the problem is, like, your questions are valid.
Yeah.
I know they are.
Yeah.
Like we literally have video of the ship leaving moon. How do we get that fucking video?
I don't know.
There's no there's none of that. There's no internet. There's
Yeah.
none of that. We barely had phone capabilities then.
So who do we get on the podcast to answer these questions?
it has to be that one black dude. What's that dude? He's always on Rogan. The nerd guy.
Yeah.
He's all about the planet.
Tyson.
It has to be
Oh,
him.
Neil
Yeah,
deGrasse
Neil
Tyson.
deGrasse.
He's the only one I'm
You
believing.
know what?
Yeah.
You do the scheduling, so you get Neil deGrasse Tyson on here.
I'm gonna start. Watch. I'm gonna start with him.
Isn't he?
Okay.
Hasn't he been proved to be kind of a phony, like Bill Nye?
Yeah,
like he's just
kinda-
more of an
Yeah,
entertainer.
I think so.
A parody.
Yes.
But
That's sad.
I
do
would
have-
agree with
he
that.
seems to be smart though.
He does a good job of promoting, like,
I've listened to a lot
exploration.
of
Yeah.
Neil deGrasse.
yeah,
And he's kind of phony.
kind
But
of a phony.
again,
Yeah.
I've got
how
his-
did
I
we
own his
get the
book.
video?
Okay.
I was silvering him on.
No, I would too. But I mean,
Yeah.
how did we get the video of us leaving? That's what I want to know. Who stayed behind?
Valid question.
That's
So
that's all.
so maybe the best person we have is Chris.
Chris.
The
Who's Chris?
The or Dusty.
Well,
Right?
Dusty ain't
Dust-
gonna be no different than Neil deGrasse. He's gonna Google some shit and tell us about it.
Okay.
He don't know.
Okay.
How would Dusty know? No offense, Dusty,
I mean,
but
Dusty's smart.
he is. But also, he's smart. Google smart.
Yeah, I gotcha.
He retains a lot of information, and they can talk 45 minutes.
So one
about
of the
it.
cameras is still on the moon, evidently.
Oh, so okay. So how did we get said camera that was left on the moon video the next day?
I'm trying to figure that out.
You ain't going to, bro. We just left a camera on the moon.
It just okay.
Yeah.
That's a valid question.
The footage
really,
of the first moon landing was captured using a camera mounted on the modularized equipment stowage assembly MESA of the Apollo lunar module. The camera was deployed by astronaut Neil Armstrong after descending the ladder of the lunar module, and it recorded his historic first steps on the lunar surface. Armstrong did not place the camera down first, go back into the capsule, and then come back out again. Therefore, the first moonwalk was technically the second moonwalk.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the power of editing.
That kind of makes sense.
It's the power of editing.
All right,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
figure out how we get the video of us leaving. Because the first moon landing, you literally see the ship, and it takes off and goes away.
This is a freaking AI bot telling me this.
Oh, yep. See,
AI's everywhere.
you gonna believe that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we doing this then? You've got Chat GPT.
Yeah, I do.
Well,
Okay.
ChatGPT is no different than Google.
So
It's
the problem
same-
with
same
Chat
thing.
GPT, okay, the problem now is in order to interact with Chat GPT, I have to type it into. So it's the actual interaction itself,
Right.
right?
Yep.
I have to take the time to type.
But we've researched
I wanna say.
There's almost no difference between ChatGPT and Google
True.
because we did the whole thing and it was almost
yeah.
the same.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
I would not claim that it's any better.
Did we have footage of the lunar module leaving?
Somewhere I've seen it because that
Yeah.
that came across my feeds also. Is who went back and got that video of us leaving?
Yeah, feeds is actually a noun.
Yeah,
so
I
good
like it.
job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
feeds. It's almost like internets.
Yeah. Yeah.
The internets. Do we have time for this?
Back up to that first step. It's that isn't collapsed too far, but it's adequate to get back up.
What are we watching?
I don't know. We should have turned the camera around so everybody could watch
Yeah,
it.
that's true.
This is the.
But in the meantime, just look at our sexy faces as I scroll through the cameras and look at everybody looking at the screen.
So we're watching a video.
so
of
the
Neil
camera is
Armstrong.
actually mounted to the module.
Okay, Neil, we can see you.
No, bro, I'm telling you, there is
I think
video
we-
out there.
I think
of-
we really landed on the moon. Do you?
Absolutely.
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't. It's government, so I don't trust them.
Yeah, I gotcha.
There's no proof. I mean, you can't prove to me that we landed on the moon. How can you prove to me that we landed
I
on
mean,
the moon?
are you thinking of like shots from the movie Apollo 13?
Nah, bro,
where the-
I'm telling you,
the
it's out
module
there.
takes off
It's out there. I've watched many, many minutes of it
Mm-hmm.
because it comes across my feeds, yo.
Mm-hmm.
People talk about it. Who got the video of it leaving? Because there's video out there.
Ah, that's tough.
And it like stayed on the moon as the ship went away, so it wasn't connected to it.
Yeah.
But anyway,
And how did JFK?
how did JFK talk to him on the moon via landline? Did they have a walkie-talkie? Again, okay. How did we connect to the moon?
At some point, his voice is
Walkie-talkie.
transmitted from a landline, from a radio frequency out of Houston or wherever he was,
yeah.
wirelessly to the moon. I'm sure there was a delay that, once again, is also edited out. Maybe a 5-second delay.
No, I
but-
think there was a delay, but I don't know if it was that long. I mean, again, though, how can JFK talk to the moon on the landline
I mean,
with a
Houston-
5 seconds delay, but somehow
Yeah.
I can't get full signal on 51?
You know, okay. Yeah, that's valid. But Houston talks to the astronauts
Yes,
utilizing some
How?
radio waves, I guess.
it's got to be radio waves, right?
Yeah.
Satellite.
Yeah, yeah.
They got a satellite, and that's the, what do you call it? The in the middle, in between the signal, the receiver. Is it the receiver or the conductor? I don't know. Freaking radio.
Okay, so the only liftoff footage is from Apollo 17.
Push.
Yeah, that's not connected to anything, bro.
Oh my God, I'm about to kill both, bro.
Push. Engine arm is out. Okay, I'm going to get the pro. 99, proceeded. 3, 2, 1. Ignition.
Boom, there it goes.
Right away, Houston.
I mean, that looks a little
Vector
fake
grid.
to me.
I mean, I
I
guess.
don't lie.
But yeah, you
it
telling me
looks
back
fake.
in, when was this?
72?
1972, we had cameras that would follow,
Over.
Okay, so
Okay,
yes,
yeah.
this camera was mounted to the rover.
and then it knew to follow the goddamn
There's
thing?
somebody in Houston controlling it.
Oh, come on now.
Look how terrible the quality is.
Well,
so
yeah, it's terrible. It's in 1972.
It's being transmitted back to Houston, and somebody's
But it's from a
controlling it.
rover.
Yeah, and the camera's attached to the rover and still there to this day.
Oh my gosh. I won't lie, it looks looks a little fake.
Well, because
It looks a little fake, but it doesn't look as fake as the freaking Indian landing on the moon. The Indians, is that the right way to say that? How do you say that? India?
Look at the comments, astronauts. Houston, we got a problem. We forgot the cameraman, but we can't come back. Houston, don't worry. We'll pick him up with Apollo 18.
So the conspiracy crossroads is we have not actually landed on the moon.
No, I think the conspiracy crossroads is there's just a lot of stuff that it's hard to believe. Just like the whole oxygen thing.
Yeah. I don't
22
know.
hours, a backpack.
Chris Maurer, if you're listening, call one of us and let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to have him on because he can shed some light.
But he can't. The only way he could shed light is if he went to the goddamn moon. Because he's just Googling also.
Yeah.
He don't know. Nobody we know knows. Sorry, it's just.
I'm going to guess it's got to be gas density and atmospheric variations, and that's the only thing I can think of.
That's the only thing I can think of too.
You're going back to the oxygen pack.
But technically, and if you really get down technically to it,
who's smacking the table now?
None of us know if we've ever been on the moon.
Yeah.
Well, in that case,
you don't.
None of us know if the moon's even real. Maybe it's a projection on the dome.
Technically, that's true, bro.
All of a sudden you're going to Truman Show.
Yeah. At some point, you got to have a little bit of faith that they're not lying to us.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah, I do agree.
Well,
that's complicated.
It's not they. I mean, you can look out and see the moon with your own eyes.
No. I'm not saying that it's not real. I'm saying that we've been there.
Yeah.
At some point, you got to have a little bit of faith that, yes, we've been there.
Yes, that's true. It's like probably we've actually been to the moon.
Probably.
Is that true?
95% chance.
Same way with how do we know that the center of the Earth is magma?
Yeah.
How do we know? Nobody's been down there.
Okay, probably COVID was accidental.
Prove me wrong, bro. How do we know?
Yeah. How do we know?
I
don't know.
How do we know the center of the Earth is what they say it is? How do they know? That's my question. How do they know? Because we've only
science.
No, it's not science. Because they've only drilled down so deep, and that was in China.
No, Russia,
maybe wherever it was. It wasn't America. They only drilled down so deep. So technically, we only know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know the right answer.
I don't either.
That's a freaky
Somebody
story.
smarter than me.
It is. It's true.
Can look at data and tell that the center of the Earth is solid.
But they have to be guessing a little bit. Have to be.
Yeah, it's a hypothesis.
Yes, because if we only know, I'm just throwing out numbers here. If we only know let's just say the Earth is 10,000 foot deep, just for easy numbers. And we only have dug down, and we've only dug down 5,000 feet deep, correct?
Yeah, okay. I gotcha.
We're only guessing what the other 5 is. There's no way we know.
Yeah.
Because if they drilled down 5,050 feet, they could get into water.
It's a hypothesis.
Yes.
Well, there actually have been subterranean oceans found.
Okay.
I mean, we kind of have subterranean lakes, which are our water aquifers.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, though. If we've never been that deep, they're guessing a little bit.
Yeah.
Getting a little Jules Verne up in here.
I know.
I don't know who that is.
20,000 leagues.
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is none of you can prove what I'm saying to be wrong.
That's true.
What was that? Is it the Kohler Deep?
Give me more whiskey.
In Russia, where they had to literally stop drilling because the drill bits were melting.
Yes.
Yep. So they just abandoned the project.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What are we pouring?
I don't know. I wonder why you just threw my glass away over there.
Is it handy?
What are you doing with that?
Rare breed.
Rare breed?
Well bead.
Yeah,
Give me some of that well bead.
Oh,
good
God,
stuff.
there's the mic.
Yeah, put that up. Show everybody.
All right. Well, we have not debunked a damn thing.
No,
we really haven't.
But it's all been 100% fact checked.
Wild
Fact.
turkey.
Yeah.
Rare
Perhaps on the Whiskey Bro Bourbon Trail Tour.
Oh yeah.
Maybe
We'll have to take the cameras for sure and documentation.
Oh yeah. So we're talking about a trip to Kentucky.
Yeah.
The hills and hollers of old Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Yep. For what?
I kind of want to jump in the river.
So for
in the middle of October.
For Chance's
40th birthday celebration.
Okay.
Planned by my wife.
Yeah. Planned by his wife. That should be planned by your wife.
Yeah.
Just to let everybody know. If there's anybody out there wondering, should your 40th be planned by your wife? Yes.
That's hard.
And then also kind of a side. that was supposed to be my bachelor party, and it never came to fruition.
Freaking
'Cause of
COVID.
COVID, yeah.
Yeah.
COVID shut everything down.
Yep, freaking
So
COVID.
we're going in the autumn
in the
to
autumn.
Okay.
the Bourbon Trail. We're going to hit up
Yes.
Buffalo Trace if we can. It seems to be a giant pain in the ass because everybody and their moms is obsessed with the place.
Yep.
Wild Turkey, which may or may not happen because they're closed for renovation.
Yep.
Old Forester, Maker's Mark, Four Roses, Jim Beam,
James Bean.
James Beam. Yeah, forgive me, James Beam now. And I'm missing
Bardstown.
Bardstown. Boom. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like it.
All in the Louisville,
Yeah, all
Lexington,
right in there.
Bardstown area. Kind of a
Yeah.
triangulation of the best of Kentucky.
Yeah, because we don't want to go down there and drive a bunch.
No.
Wasting time that
you
we
don't-
could be
you don't-
drinking.
Yeah, that's true.
And we came here to drink, not drive.
Do we want to fly or do we?
Oh, drive.
I think driving.
Drive.
Yeah, it's 12
Well,
hours.
especially because they're taking the.
That's
little,
not bad.
They're taking the little one. So
Yeah, and then you
we'll
don't
take
have-
the Telsa. You think there's Telsa charge
on the way.
What do you
I'm
mean?
sure
Do we
there is.
think you have a car that will tell
It'll
you?
tell you.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sure
true.
there are.
I'll have to look.
I'm sure
What's
there's
that?
loads.
Yeah.
What's that highway that takes us most of the way? You got to go through.
Is it 35?
No, don't you go through Louisiana and all that jazz?
I think it might be 35.
No,
Is it
I think it's
35 all the
Arkansas.
way?
I think you go Arkansas. Yeah.
I don't know. But
Shit, we're talking about shit we don't know
speaking.
about.
Yeah, speaking of
100% fact check.
electric cars and charging, I'm kind of excited about next week's guest. We're going to be talking about electric vehicles,
This is gonna be
electrification,
exciting.
hydrogen powered, and the integration of AI into stuff too.
And maybe we can ask about the moon landing.
Maybe he might shed
Yeah,
some
he
light
might
on
shed
that.
some
Yes,
light, yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Okay, keep him.
Well,
privy to
send
that.
him a text and tell him
Hey
to do
man,
some
we need to
research.
research on this.
No, I'm excited about next week's guest
Me
as
too.
well.
Me too. What I'm not excited about is you're leaving. You're moving.
Yeah, no, I'm not leaving.
Oh, sure. That's what he
Yeah.
says now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, guys, I can't show up. I live 30 minutes away.
I'm just changing.
okay.
I'm not leaving.
You're relocating,
Relocating.
but you're not. You're
Yeah.
not going to
You're
fall
moving.
out of.
You're home.
Yeah. So what was that episode 53 that we had Matt on?
That's exactly what it is. 3 on the dot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had Matt. What's Matt's last name?
Boyle.
Boyle. That's
Barrington.
right.
Or well, yeah. I know the Matt.
No,
You're talking
not
about
Matt Barrington.
You're talking about real estate, Matt.
Real estate Matt.
Boyle.
Yeah, Matt Boyle.
Yeah.
Like on your butt.
He actually
Boil.
said something that stuck with me, and what he said was, don't identify the place. You know, what did he actually say?
I don't know.
What did
It's
he
stuck.
Don't
with,
get
it's stuck with, no.
emotional.
Yeah.
It's stuck with them. Oh, say now you didn't ruin it.
Don't get emotionally attached to
Real estate.
real estate.
Mhm.
And I've thought a lot about that, and I've sort of taken it on.
That's for the most part easy advice if you're not purchasing your primary residence.
Yeah, but why? It's like I'm selling my primary residence.
Well, I mean, that's your house. That's your sanctuary. That's your homestead. That's where you're.
Fuck it.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right, well,
Fuck it.
yeah,
Sell the
okay.
shit.
Okay.
I'm getting closer to.
But if you're selling the shit, you got to buy shit somewhere else.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you know.
And you're
Yeah.
probably not going to buy something now for what you bought that place for or anywhere close.
I mean, that's just the echo chamber.
So you're just.
No, that's reality.
No, I don't think that's reality. It's like
Okay. Tell us your plan. Tell us
my
your plan.
my plan is to sell my shit,
Uh-huh.
buy different shit,
Yeah.
and move closer to the things we do most of the time,
Yeah.
which is dance.
Does it still leave you with us here on Sunday?
Oh yeah,
Then I
totally.
support you 100%.
Yeah. So I'm moving 30 minutes south.
Okay. To the Metro Mess.
Yes.
Dude,
Yeah.
you are leaving rural America and headed to a postage stamp
Yes.
inside the DFW corridor.
Yep. So we've determined we spend a lot of time in the car
Yeah.
driving the girls to dance, like
Okay.
5 nights a week, 5 to 6.
Mhm.
Actually, they went today. So yeah, 6 days this week was spent in Alliance.
You, of all people, though, like everybody is leaving
No,
the big city.
well,
Everybody's like, I've screwed COVID. I don't want to be shut down in this. I'm give me to the country.
Yeah.
Doc's like, I'm going to city.
yeah. So we've owned our place for 6 years.
Okay.
So
A lot of good
Yeah.
times there.
yeah, a lot of
memories?
good times,
Yeah, good memories.
and then I'm probably gonna own that place
Mhm.
for about the same time. Then we're gonna sell it and probably move back out.
That sounds
you know-
exhausting to an extent.
Yeah, I was relatively exhausted
The same
So
people.
what
that are-
happens in 6 months when both your girls are like,
Fuck it.
"Screw
I'm
it,
done with dance.
done with dance."
Sell the shit.
6 months, you won't be able to. You'll be in the hole still. You won't have equity and all
no.
that jazz, will you?
Actually, no. Part of what makes this reality is we've actually earned on our investment.
You have a considerable amount of equity built up. Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
on this one, yes. But if you bought a place in 6 months, you're like,
Yeah, but
you won't have
the
in the new
equity
one.
we've built it up in this place will then transfer to the next place. We'll be able to.
He's paying it down with cash already, so there's already equity as soon as he owns it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that don't work because you're losing that cash.
No.
Yes,
It's
if you
not
if you
lost.
put $50,000 down, that's $50,000 you may not get back.
May not.
If the market
In this
goes to
market,
shit,
you may not. Yeah,
If the
May
market
not.
goes
It
to
turns
shit.
out that the Texas real estate market is actually really good.
Yeah, we've been, and especially in
Yeah.
this area specifically.
Yeah.
not
So
for
probably-
buying.
Probably I will get it back.
Not for buying. It's not, bro.
Yeah, still a seller.
I'm at a 7.1 interest rate right now.
Yeah. Okay. So if I can cash, if I can take $500,000 that I've earned on the place I live in
theoretically.
and buy a $500,000 house, I'm not getting a loan.
Now you own.
I see what you're saying.
Now you have 500. You
Yeah.
have $500,000 in equity already.
Yeah.
And if the market keeps going the way it's going, in 2 years you have $700,000 in equity
Right.
because
Yeah.
now you've gained that value.
So
That makes
all that
sense.
to say is I've really taken what Matt said on our podcast to heart, and I think he's right.
Yeah.
I think he's right.
Mm.
Wow, that's hardcore.
No, he's absolutely right. I know
Yeah.
he is. I know he is because he's mentored me through a lot, and I've had a lot of eye-opening experiences where I'm like, God damn it, Matt, you're right.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm not going anywhere. I'm just moving 30 minutes south.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yep.
We'll see.
I can't go without these
As
podcasts.
long as you're here on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are a big proponent of keeping these things active. So,
Yeah.
do you think you're going to miss it?
Oh, the views. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to miss the views.
You're trading the
Right?
Hilltop Vista in for rooftops.
Yeah.
I mean, which is where I'm at. So
Yeah, I just want to see Doc walk out on his back balcony, butt ass naked, for the first time in downtown Fort Worth.
naked yoga.
Yeah, that's true.
Doesn't hit the same there.
Yeah,
Yeah, like if
you
you
got
see,
a them they looking at you.
if you
going,
see me
"Oh my
get
God."
arrested for nudism,
Yep.
yeah, that's possible.
I'm sure there's pockets of nudist colonies somewhere in DFW, right?
Oh yeah, up in Alvord
Sure,
there
yeah.
is.
Well, that's
That's
yeah,
not
okay. But,
DFW,
I mean,
but- Yeah.
in the Metroplex.
yeah. There needs to be more people like me. Yeah.
I saw recently 287 is under a feasibility study for becoming an interstate.
So that's a big deal.
And in my opinion, it's about 20 years behind. I don't understand why it hasn't been already. It's already two divided lanes all the way to Amarillo.
Yep.
And it's the only freaking trucking artery from Dallas, Fort Worth to Amarillo, which is a huge crossroads city.
And our own county judge was chosen to be the lead on that committee.
Yeah, I think it's got to become a thing.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Like 35 north and south.
What does that get? Does that get us more money? What is that? If it changed into an
Yes,
interstate?
service roads through town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Service roads. A lot of new safety corridor features. Big changes and
Mostly money.
and a further elevation
Yeah.
of property values. You sure you want to leave Wise County?
No, it's going to keep going up, but
Yeah.
I don't think you can make a Texas real estate gamble and not win.
Not
Right
right
now,
now.
yeah.
no.
Yeah. I think it's just going to continue going
Man,
up.
I wonder because
We'll see, and the world could break.
yeah.
Right. Like nuclear war.
Mm.
Right. That shit could break, but in general, if things work like they are, we're just going up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because your mind is telling you any day now. But
Yeah.
I've heard from so many
Biden could
realtors-
win the presidency.
Oh, God, don't even.
Yeah.
I've heard from so many realtors the past 10
Or
years.
die.
"Yeah, we're in a bubble. We're in
Yeah.
a bubble. The bubble's gonna burst. We're in a bubble. We're in a
Kamala
bubble."
could win the presidency.
God, dude, don't.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
She's not running. She's not on
I know
the ballot.
Biden could die.
That would be.
She would be running then.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
I saw a Babylon Bee headline that said, Dems are terrified because Biden not yet dead.
Oh my god. And canceled.
I didn't know. We aren't canceled. It's the Babylon Bee that put the headline out. I'm going to post it just so somebody didn't get mad. Somebody got mad. Oh, yeah, we already did the thumbs down thing for YouTube. That's crazy.
Yep.
Speaking of movies and decisions that we did make on watching a movie,
Yeah.
per your testimony, I decided before I take on the conquest of the Iliad and the Odyssey.
Oh, okay. So this is deep.
You said, because I started reading like the first 20 pages of the Iliad. I'm like, God damn.
Dude, like reading or listening to?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because it's like
Same thing in my book.
This battle's going on over here, and here's 500 names you got to know. And then all of a sudden, this battle's going on here. Here's another 500 names you got to know. This battle's going on over here. Here's another 5. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
And you said, just watch Troy.
Just watch Troy.
Watch Troy.
Yeah.
Okay. I get it now. It really helps with the names and putting it, and then a healthy dose of Wikipedia.
Yes.
To really kind of put in context and give you a better visual and understanding of how this all breaks down, all the characters a part of it. And then you learn some really cool historical facts. Like these two poems by Homer.
Yes.
Are considered like
Simpson.
I don't think so, Tim.
So by these two poems, you mean the Iliad and the Odyssey?
And the Odyssey,
yes,
are considered the first written, human civilized written works of what? Just the first thing ever written down in.
Yes. So
and then translated, like the first stories to come out of human civilization.
Maybe.
Not like the first stories to come out of human civilization.
It's like that's a big deal, right?
Yeah.
Turns out there's probably some stuff that have come out of Mesopotamia.
Oh. Okay.
Or Babylon.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Earlier, but for the most part, yeah.
Gotta pull it back up. I shouldn't have closed it out earlier.
What?
There it is.
And now, it's time for Conspiracy Crossroads.
But we're pausing it there because it's not with Savage Bro.
That's right.
It's with
I know.
Fire Bro.
Maybe it wasn't the first.
No.
Right?
My conspiracy is, and there's countless studies now out that will say Homer wasn't just a single author.
Yeah, he wasn't the dude.
Yeah. Like Homer was a name given to a group of poets or authors.
Oh, it turns out Shakespeare may
these
not
stories.
have actually written his stuff.
Okay, we're not at Shakespeare. We're in Homer. We're way before Shakespeare.
Okay.
Let's stay on this track.
Okay.
Let's stay on this track. No BLM tonight.
Big Latino mamas.
Yeah. But so Homer could be a singular author or a group of authors. Yeah. And it was also said that originally these stories were recited, like they weren't written.
That's right.
Yeah, they were recited.
That's right.
And then over the years translated and translated and translated. So
yeah,
I'm still.
So it's freaking crazy though, because it's long as shit.
And I think on a scale of hard to understand, it is more than the actual Bible, modern religion.
Yeah.
Islam, Christianity. I think there's more stuff to keep up with.
Yeah.
With Roman gods and Greek gods.
Yep.
And those two stories right there.
Right.
There's so much stuff to keep up with. I think it transcends the difficulty of modern religions.
It's up there with,
because you have modern religion says you have two God. You have God or Allah for Islamic, and those are the two dominating religions, right?
Right.
So at the time of Roman gods, it wasn't just one or two.
Yeah. So this is Greek gods. You're obviously getting a story of a polytheistic tradition, right? And yeah, that's hard, right? With the Bible, you're getting purely a monotheistic tradition, right? So the two are different. The two are probably equally valuable.
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. But the scale of the Roman gods, and so you have the gods, and then that you gotta
the
keep
Greek
up.
gods.
The Greek gods.
Greek gods.
The-
Yeah.
That came from Roman literature, right?
No, actually, Roman literature came after Greek.
Okay.
So with Homer,
Yeah.
it's just the Greek gods.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then you go and actually watch the Marvel universe, and Homer's Iliad informs the Marvel universe.
Okay.
So
Stan Lee was a fan of Homer.
yeah, yeah, it seems.
So, okay, you have the Greek gods you got to keep up. Then you got to keep up with the demigods
Yes.
and all of the warriors and other characters associated with all of these and all the events. It's just so comprehensive. The scale of it is insane.
So the question is, why should you read Homer's Iliad?
Can't really answer that, and I don't think I want to until I'm done with the Iliad and the Odyssey.
Okay.
I don't think it's fair for me to make a judgment.
Yeah.
I think they're important, very important works of history.
Yeah. So the question of Savage Bro is, why read the Apocrypha?
Why is that a question?
Did I say that right? It sounds so wrong. Apocrypha.
I don't know.
Apocrypha.
I haven't read it, so I couldn't answer that.
Yeah. So Savage Bro sent me a picture of, like, what is it? The 48 Apocrypha.
Oh, the book I have?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no, I think that was just the different books that didn't make the original Bible, wasn't it?
Yeah. So why read that?
Oh, I get you. What? My wantings to is just to see
Wantings.
to. Yep.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, just to see what books didn't make the Bible.
Okay. That's cool.
Because that's always been a weird thing to me. Is there was multiple books out there that didn't make the cut, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah. Why?
And why not?
Why did they not make the cut?
Yeah, because there's like an entire book about the giants. Why didn't that make the cut?
Yeah.
Why didn't the entire book of what is it? It's the most popular one out there.
So it's the end.
I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, I got you.
But that was is just to read them, and then I guess wonder, because I don't have anybody I can go to and go, hey, why didn't these books make the Bible? Like, what was the reasonings behind? Because I don't reasonings. You see that? Catch up?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how many. I don't know if this book I haven't done the exact research on it. It's not been 100% fact checked yet.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Not Whiskey Bros fact check.
No. So I don't know if this is all the books, because that son of a bitch is thick.
Yeah,
so it could be. But like there's also like even the books that are in the Bible. So there's more Psalms in this book that didn't make the Psalms.
Wow.
So there's different like Esther, I think, is another one. There's more Esther stuff in here that didn't make the Bible. So
Apocrypha are the rejected stories of the Bible.
Basically, yeah, it's just the stuff that is what I have found, and again, it's not been 100% fact checked for sure, but what I have found is it's books that rejects, that they had
so
at the time.
So why read that? Why read shit like this?
Why not?
Like Homer's Iliad, the Apocrypha.
Well, I mean, it's history.
Why
does
that still sound like a bad word to me?
Apocrypha?
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, I think in context of being a modern civilization that we have an understanding of what that time period was, what modern religion is, you can delineate and say, I want to see this from a perspective of somebody in BC years before Christ. Yeah. That's what these people really thought. This is what they
this
worshiped.
like circles back around to something we were talking about at the start of the podcast is how do we establish our normalcy? You know, like we live in this echo chamber. We're dealing with reality and getting older and age and we're telling ourselves truths, but maybe they're not truths. And how do we actually engage what is actually true?
So we're in the era of questioning our reality.
Yeah, I think so.
Establishing what should be
Yeah.
normal.
I think
a
now
normal
more than
reality.
ever,
Yeah.
right? It turns out Nietzsche, the philosopher, said we were entering this age, and I think we're actually here.
Okay. I would I want to start, I mean, I still have a lot of homework that I want to do before I even start the Iliad again. And then once I do the homework and have a better understanding of the pedigree and the lineage of all the characters involved with this, then I'll read the Odyssey. But then after that, I think, hey, now it's time for
Which is completely different. The
Now-
Odyssey is so much easier
yeah.
than the Iliad, in my opinion.
I mean, it was a book required in high school, and I read it once, but it's been 25 years, so I can't tell you a damn thing about it. But after that, I think now it's time to reading the Bible and the Quran is appropriate, right?
Well, I have
totally.
all of them, and that's the thing. It's kind of what I went down is because no matter how you want to look at the Bible, whether you look at it as the way you should live your life, or to me, it is a amazing book of history. One, I mean, I think they've proved so much stuff in there that is real, but the amount of, and I've read that thing multiple times, cover to cover, but every time I go back and read different verses, different chapters, and this could be the same for all books. The stuff that you read out of there,
But some books more than others.
yeah, for sure, yeah. But that's the whole reason why I got that one book is because I've always heard that there were multiple different books, chapters, verses, whatever, that didn't make the actual Bible, because that's the biggest negative I hear, I guess, of, well, it's the book is a man-made book. It was they formed it, which as far as I know is true, I guess.
Yeah.
But my wonderings, did you get that? Yeah. The reason why I bought that book is because there's stuff in the Bible now that is hard to believe. Like you think us landing on the moon is hard to believe?
Yeah.
Believe a fiery chariot came out of the sky and picked up a dude and took him off.
Yeah.
So that's in the Bible. That made the Bible.
Yeah.
So why did a flood?
Or a flood.
Well, no, I think the flood is for sure happened.
A tower built to heaven.
Yeah.
Well, there was. I don't think you're talking about the Tower of
Babylon.
Yeah, I don't think it ever went to heaven. And so that's where it gets weird because you also got to think. So they said that they believed the flood flooded the entire earth. But what you got to really think about is back in that day.
Yeah.
Let's just call it Jerusalem. That's all they knew.
Yeah.
So if they wrote it and all of Jerusalem flooded, technically they could thought the whole world just flooded.
Yeah.
So that's the whole back and forth that I get with that. But that's the reason why I got that book, is because I was like, I want to think, and that's all you can do, is because you're not going to be able to talk to anybody that's going to be able to tell you 100% reasoning why some books made the Bible, some books didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know the reason. I don't know if God told them, hey, this is what I want you to put in here. I don't know any of that. But
I have a tough question.
All right.
Okay. So have you ever watched a movie that you knew was not true, right? But it felt like
It
truth?
could be. Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah. And
Apollo.
Yeah.
2001: A Space Odyssey.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's how I look at the stories in the biblical corpus, right? The biblical library is like, whether they're true or they actually happened or they didn't happen, they carry a truth that's beyond the facts. Right. And 2001's Space Odyssey. That's a really good example.
That has been said to be kind of like, that whole story has been said to be kind of the catalyst of Scientology.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can see why.
And Scientology is fucking whack, yo.
It's fucking whack.
Yeah, we're probably not going to get shot on the way home tonight. But yeah,
but there's some
there's
truth
elements
there.
that are kind of truthful or believable, even though they may not be. I don't know.
And that's the same way when I've started, because I did the whole, I haven't obviously gone all the way through it because I'm like 4 books behind by now. It's insane how many books I have that I haven't read.
Yeah.
But like I did a side by side with the Quran versus the I don't know if it was the King James. I don't remember which version I have of the Bible, but Quran's hard to read. I'm just going to throw that out there. It's hard to
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Translated from Arabic.
But
so.
it also has some of the same, I can see some of the same storylines of the Bible versus the Quran. And I think if you get real deep into the people that believe in that, like they believe that there was a Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
They believe all that. They just don't believe he was the son of God. They think he was just a prophet.
Another prophet, yeah.
I don't know if they believe it. He was a
Yeah.
same prophet as Muhammad, because I think their thing is Muhammad was the last prophet. Is that somewhere something?
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Yeah.
I think it's more they believe that Jesus Christ was a prophet, not the son of God. Because I don't think that they think Muhammad was the son of God either. I think he was just a prophet.
But there's
right?
some truth in there, right? There's some truth in both the Bible and the Quran.
Moral truths,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Societal truths.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so the
Evolutionary.
Tower of Babel story, right? I don't know what to make of it, but it feels relevant,
Right.
in,
But
in our world.
But that's what I was saying is because even David and Goliath, so they thought Goliath was a
Yeah.
giant, but you got to
That
understand.
feels
So
relevant.
in Vietnam War, what was I think the highest? I think you were a giant if you were 6 feet.
yeah,
So you got to think back and then a 6'2" guy could have been a giant.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because we have got bigger as stuff has gone on.
Thanks,
so
Poofus.
Poofus, yes. So the same thing with the Tower of Babel. I mean, you think, oh, they thought it went to heaven, but it
it's
could have just been
300
300 foot tall. Like we could have 5G antennas shooting out goddamn Corona right now that's higher than the Tower of Babel. So that's all
Corona.
Yeah.
Corona
Towers of
towers.
Corona.
Tower of Corona.
I know, right?
And another name.
No, God, we have too many to get through right now. Okay, I want to backtrack a little bit and
Yeah.
answer a question. You asked what you thought the importance of the Iliad and the Odyssey were. If those are in fact,
That's a rabbit hole we need to go down.
if those are in fact the first written literature of humankind,
Yep.
it's the only telling of the Greek gods that we had and where humankind was during that period and what they believed in, right?
And that has
And
been,
I would say it's a telling that is exemplified in Plato.
and that
right?
that is 100% fact check that's supposedly
So that is scholarly studies.
Yeah,
and those
that-
same
that's-
scholarly studies are the
I think
ones that
that's
are
true.
now
I think that's
proposing
true.
that Homer was a group rather than an individual.
but
Right.
but that writing is the very first writing that
There were others.
we have found so far.
Okay,
because that's
so-
the whole thing with the Bible. Until the the rest of the Dead Scrolls were found, or Dead Sea Scrolls were found,
Yeah,
we thought this whole time that
was it.
was it. But then all of a sudden they found all this other crap,
Right.
and that's what's crazy. Is man, I mean, there could be
So we're learning more as time goes on.
yes,
But the,
as it sits right now, that thing is the very first
yeah,
written down writings of any human that we have.
Yeah.
The work that he's been on Rogan several times, and his show and his work is Apocalypse.
Brian.
No, it's Graham.
yes,
Graham.
yes.
Graham Nash. No, that's a musician. Apocalypse, Ancient Apocalypse is his current works, but he's been on Rogan a few times.
I've
Some of
not
this-
watched any of these shows.
Yeah,
Are they good?
yeah, they'll make you think.
Okay.
They'll make you think.
Is that the older guy?
Yeah, God dang it, Graham something.
He's the one that did the.
So he talks
Or
about
the-
like the whole like psychedelic mushrooms,
No, it's-
maybe informed.
No.
Well, some of that breast, but it's mostly that our timeline of everything is
wrong.
way the fuck
Yeah,
off.
he's the one that
Yeah.
found. He's the one I was talking to you about this. He's the one
Okay.
that found all that stuff in like Ukraine and shouldn't have been there.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah,
this.
like a roadway under the Bahamas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know
Yeah.
exactly who you're talking about.
Mega structures is kind of what he focuses on that
Yeah.
transcend what we thought was like the dawn of modern man.
Yeah.
So what do you
Like
think?
there was, he's proposing there was another modern civilization before us.
Yeah. So I think his thing was there was multiple, like, because I think he did a thing on even the Grand Canyon.
Mhm.
I think
Yeah.
he did something about the ice.
The Grand Canyon was not formed. The Grand Canyon had to be formed by a major flood.
Major flood from maybe from a asteroid. I can't remember where it's from.
An event of
Yeah.
water encroaching
He-
very, very rapidly.
Rapidly, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think his thing was, this is not the first time we have been where we're at. So it's
Yeah.
he thinks there's more kill the dinosaur events than what we have recorded, basically,
Okay.
because they're finding all these things in like these places where they're like, this shouldn't have been here.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we're going off of the history and the science that we currently have,
So
this should have been impossible.
what you're bordering on is not accepting what we currently know,
Mhm.
right? So basically there's a not so what does Gnostic mean to you?
I believe in something, right?
Yeah, so basically Gnosticism is this belief that okay, what is established is not correct. That there's a more correct knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so that feels very Gnostic in the same way that, well, you know, it's like the Apocrypha being.
God, that word sucks.
It really sucks, right?
I like that word.
Apocrypha.
Apocrypha.
Presenting the new emo band of the 2005.
Yeah, that
Welcome to
is
the stage, Apocrypha.
that it brings something more than what the Bible can tell us. You know, that there's something we've not yet learned that could be the truth.
Well, so that's what's crazy is because how old. So what was the thing y'all were talking about? The sayings, the first known writings.
Yeah.
The Iliad, the Odyssey.
So
Homer,
how
the works of Homer
How old is that compared to the Bible? Like where does
by a few thousand years or so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Which, according to this Graham guy, could be either more than that or less than that.
Right.
Sometimes it's hard to put.
so
a figure
so
on
you're
it.
telling me that you don't think that there's something out there that could have been millennia before that came around?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And its works were completely wiped out.
Right.
I mean, we need just one.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, eventually the Earth is going to be swallowed by the sun, right? In a phase of it becoming
Yeah.
a red dwarf, right?
Yeah.
I forget the phases of
now you're
when-
getting into more of those people
Right before the
guessing,
sun goes,
'cause that's all they're doing.
right before the sun goes
Nah.
supernova, right?
No, they're guessing at all that. There's no way possible they can know that.
Well, eventually all stars die off in a supernova.
Yeah.
fashion.
No, sir.
So sometimes
no, sir.
ours.
So you're
going to.
right. Eventually,
No,
it's
no.
like
No.
Can I just get my
No.
statement across?
Your statement's false. You're guessing. They're guessing all suns go
That's a
supernova.
hypothesis,
That's the
yes.
hypothesis.
Okay.
They don't know
Yeah.
because name another star the size of our sun. Name one.
I can't name one.
No, you can't. So you can't tell me anything about
don't
what
know.
our
There's
sun's
only
fixing to do.
40 trillion bajillion of them out there to count.
Not the
So
size of our sun, though.
You can't say that with any certainty that there's no sun out there exactly the same size.
So-
You absolutely
Okay, no,
cannot
stop.
say that.
I can say that we can see and researched.
So the
So
current,
they're
the current
guessing.
hypothesis.
No. Even with all the instrumentation that we have all the time, there's no way in hell we can see, record, and find every observable star right now.
Uh-huh.
And say there's no fucking way.
So
Absolutely
how can
no
you
way.
believe that our sun's going to go supernova and melt our Earth?
Yeah, but it's not going to in our lifetime.
Okay, let
How
me
can you believe it's going to at all?
adjust my statement.
Yes.
Okay.
It has been stated that perhaps at one point in time the
There you
sun
go.
might go supernova and Earth
That's correct.
will be swallowed up.
So it's basically the same thing as you're saying is Putin could nuke us and the sun could nuke us.
Yes.
Those things could happen, yes.
So the Putin thing could happen in our lifetime, not
Yes.
the sun thing.
No, it could happen. The sun thing could happen tomorrow.
Whatever, in such an event, all records of humankind and every work that we've done, unless we have moved into another planet in the solar system or interstellar space, is going to be wiped the fuck out.
Maybe not though.
That's all I wanted to say.
Maybe
that's
not.
That's it.
Yes.
Because
It
only
doesn't take much to
only
wipe out.
only the I think she's Mexican lady Cortez.
Oh God, is she BL?
Only she has the correct.
AOC.
Yeah, AOC only has the correct thing that we need to do. We need to go to the sun at nighttime
broke my pen.
so we can research it. She's the only one that has anything
Oh my God.
smart to say
I'll
about
see you
the
at
sun.
night at the sun.
Yeah, we're going to the sun at nighttime.
So, anyways, it doesn't take much to wipe out
The Earth.
records of man.
Exactly. You're right.
Yes. And apparently something did. So
Perhaps
multiple
Don't say
times.
it did with any degree of certainty because you don't want to stir him up.
No.
yeah, it's true. But between the what was it, like the upper Neolithic era into the Axial Age, some disaster.
Fuck are these coming up with these big words
know,
and your small difficult ones?
Yeah. Sometime between like 10,000 years ago and 5,000 years ago, something happened that destroyed man.
Yes, and it happened with fire.
Right.
It happened with fire because this same guy, you remember this, I think somewhere in Texas, they found a creek bed and dug deeper, and they found where the only thing that could have done this was fire.
Yeah, maybe it was like an asteroid, right?
It could have been of something of that, yes.
But then we entered the Axial Age, and we entered like
the what age?
the Axial Age.
I don't even know what that means, bro.
Yeah. So the Axial Age is like the period where we formed religion, right? Whether it was like here, I'll take some of that. In the East, like the formation.
Well, when you say we formed a religion, because isn't the Greek stuff, wasn't that technically a religion?
Westland.
Yes.
Yes.
Polytheism.
So is that what you're talking about, or are you talking about Christianity?
Or Christianity, Buddhism.
Right.
Right? It's like 3,500 years ago, like religion started coming on board. We started thinking about
in order to entertain
the
Savage
gods.
Bro, perhaps, and hypothetically, they aren't considered that far apart.
Right.
What's not considered that far apart?
The two different religions, polytheism and monotheism.
No, I was
they're
just saying,
not.
I was just trying to get where he was at, because to me the whole Greek god thing was technically their religion, correct?
I think the important element is they kind of all
Can
started.
I have my whiskey back over there, bro?
Yeah.
No,
There you go.
my glass that you poured me, or is that what you have in your hand?
Oh, that's my glass.
No, the empty one is yours.
Oh,
So-
it looks like it's yours now.
So they all kind of
And he's
appeared.
got mono.
Yep, mono.
Yep. They all
Whiskey will kill
appeared at the same time,
Yeah.
relatively,
Okay.
right? Across history.
What all appeared at the same time? I'm sorry, I was pouring whiskey.
Religions.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
God.
I think during. Okay, let's just say the Roman time.
No, Greek.
No, after Greek, and then
that would
so
be
so
Roman.
during the Roman time of Christianity.
So you're talking about around zero, the year 0, right?
Yeah, there wasn't multiple religions. There was basically 2, aren't there?
No, you
Or maybe
had,
3.
Yeah, you had polytheism,
Well, you had the Greeks, which is Roman,
and then you had the very early Christian church.
right? And then you
Right.
and then you had the Egyptian gods, or is that
Yeah.
the same as the Greek gods?
No, that would be before.
That was before the.
Yeah. So you had Egyptian gods, and you had Greek gods, and then you had Buddhism.
Okay, so if
that was
Egyptian
forming in the
gods
East.
is before the Greek stuff,
Yeah.
how can you say the first written stuff was the Greek thing that y'all just talked about when we found stuff written on walls about the Greek, about the
I
Egyptian
feel like
gods?
we need an expert.
Because it is the first translated written story
Oh, okay.
that
Not necessarily.
we know of.
Not necessarily the first written thing or word.
No.
Yeah.
no,
Okay,
no,
okay.
but
So it's the first written story.
I
yes.
feel like we need an expert.
I'm at this
We do,
point.
but
I'm
I
like,
don't know.
this will be a fucking great conversation with somebody that really knows this
Well,
stuff.
so
Yeah.
my pastor is big into this stuff, but I don't know if he's into all the other
So-
because I think he took all that stuff.
Who you
in
talking
college.
about? Which pastor?
Chris.
Yeah. Okay. Let's have Chris on.
I don't know if I can ask him though, but I don't know if he will.
No, I
That's
bet he
that's
will.
A
Too
dangerous
Too much
thing.
big Latino mamas for
Yeah,
him.
there's too many big Latino mamas. Yeah, but he isn't. What do you call that?
Hurst.
Hurst. Yeah, but it's like starts with a T, maybe not Thessalonians, but what do you call it in college where you take
Oh, theology.
theology? I
yeah.
think he did a bunch of that stuff.
It
'Cause
might be interesting.
some of these questions that we've had, I've texted him and asked him, and
Yeah.
He
I
likes
think
it.
it'd be interesting to have him on.
Let's do it. Get him
yeah,
on.
I'll talk to him. But
Him or James. You know James.
Tell him we'll rein in.
James,
Indicator.
James.
The river.
Nope. I don't know that
We'll
guy.
rein in our jackassery for a
Okay.
man of
Well,
a cloth.
you'd have to get somebody. You couldn't just get somebody in there that's straight Christianity. You'd have to get somebody in there that studied
That knows
all
it all.
Theology.
Yeah,
theology.
theologist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So in the,
But I
in
bet
the,
we could find somebody.
in
That'd
the
be a good
greater
one.
context of this
Yeah.
episode, there is a book and kind of
That smells great.
and kind of playing on what you're asking me
Yeah, it does.
about getting back to a sense of normal, a sense of a
Yeah.
an actual,
It's like, how do we develop what's normal?
I think it's in us. I think it is in us, right? Like it's instinctual. It's in us. But there's a book. There's a really great book. It's not a long read that I propose I would like everybody to read, and it's called The Alchemist.
Oh, that's
You
a
know
great
the book,
book.
don't
Sure, it's not called
Yeah.
The
That's
Alchemist.
a great book. Oh, and there's a story.
Is it
in
The Alchemist or The Alchemist?
The Alchemist.
Either way,
Yeah.
either
Okay.
way works.
So that is a great.
The Alchemist.
Alchemist. It is a good book.
I would agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I probably
and,
need to
and
read
there's
it
a
again, for sure.
story in that book,
Mhm.
where this like kid.
Don't give it away.
Yeah, don't give it away, bro. Spoiler
You need to
alert.
read that.
Yeah,
The
you just need to
Alchemist.
read it. Yeah.
Can you give us an? I would. It's hard for me to give
I
a
can't.
synopsis of it and not give away.
Yeah, because it's pretty short, so I don't. It'd be hard.
Yeah. I think I can. Right.
You're just about
It's
to
like-
give it all away.
I know. Right. This kid goes.
Oh God, he's
Yeah.
gonna do
See,
it.
you just said a kid. That gave it away right there.
This kid goes to this king and he says, "What do I have to do to be wise?" Right? And the king goes, "Okay, take the spoon and fill it with oil." Right? And then go look at all the tapestry and the artwork in the castle and then come back to me. And so the kid fills the spoon with oil and he goes and looks at all the artwork and he comes back to the king and the king takes a look at the spoon and it doesn't have any oil in it. Right? So he spilt the oil. And so he tells the kid, "Okay, now I need you to concentrate on the spoon. I'm going to fill this with oil." Okay. So he puts more oil in the spoon and says, "Whatever you do, okay, go look at the artwork, but whatever you do, don't spill any of the oil in the spoon." And the kid goes and he concentrates on the spoon and then comes back and comes back to the king and basically he's got the spoon full of oil. And so the king then says, "Okay, the in between these things, that's wisdom." Right? So you have to like not spill oil from the spoon. You have to look at the artwork. You have to look at the tapestry.
You have to be present in your surroundings.
Yeah.
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 Wouldn't it have been easier just to leave the spoon where you filled it up? Went and looked at the artwork and then
go
go
look
pick
at
the
the
spoon
artwork.
back up? I mean, wouldn't that have been easier?
All that to say it's a really great book.
It is. It is. Al.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic book.
God, I got
Obviously not written by Savage Bro.
No. I got so many books I'm
Savage-
Man should
behind
have
on,
left the
dude.
spoon on the bench.
Although I wonder, like Savage Bro plus AI could have probably written that book.
Could have been.
Mine would have been easier. That's what I'm about. The easier way.
Oh my god!
Don't take your spoon to go look at artwork. Just
Yeah.
set it down, put it in a bowl, and then
and then go look at artwork.
yeah, and then go look at artwork. And when it's time to bring it back to King, fill it back up. Man, it's so easy.
His life is a lie.
Yeah, I'm so many books behind, and it's hard because I try to actually read the book instead of listening
Yeah.
to it. And it's-
So I think what truths, we can take away is actually stop looking at screens, read books.
Stop looking at the spoon so much.
Yeah, we just
I mean, I don't know because
Read books.
what's the difference of sitting in front of your screen, listening to your book,
sure.
versus setting down actual reading of that book? You're still sitting there doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, but the knowledge that's I don't know, like what you're
I don't know. So
taking in.
sometimes I get more out of listening to it than I do reading because I lose sometimes,
No, I agree.
or I
with
go
that.
I go wormhole over here or rabbit hole over here.
I think listening, me personally, I don't know if that's valid, but listening is just as valuable as reading.
Mhm.
The spoon is a metaphor for the pursuit of perfection and
Yeah.
the avoidance
Yes.
of criticism.
We know this.
If you're striving for perfection and avoiding criticism, you're missing out
Yeah.
on the bigger picture.
But if you're not concentrating at all and you're spilling oil from the spoon, you're missing out too.
You're missing out on an objective.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
Structure.
It's
You're
not
missing out
about.
on
It's not about
structure.
the spoon or the oil or the art. It's about the entire
Big Latino mamas.
big Latino mamas. Yeah, because that made absolutely no sense to take a spoonful of oil to go look at art.
I know, but somebody wrote it down in a story.
Yep, and all of a sudden we're like, oh,
I think I'm chatted out.
Yeah, I'm with you.
yes,
I think we covered it all.
yeah. I think we got it. all.
Oh,
It's
shit.
good.
I think so.
Well, next week a special guest.
Yep. Don't say his name.
Okay.
It's Jinxes. It jinxes every time. Jinxes.
that's true. Yeah.
Jinxes.
Yeah,
Yep.
Jinxes.
Every time we say, "Hey, this guy's coming on" or "This chick's coming
Yeah.
on,"
Yeah, I can't make it.
they back out on
It's
us.
a
Oh, hey, I got one.
jinxes.
Ghost Bro's coming on.
What?
Psych. He's not coming on.
I mean, he's here. He's a ghost. You
Yep.
just can't see him.
Hopefully, we'll have internet by next
Doubt it.
podcast. But I'm
Doubt it.
gonna work on him.
I really doubt it.
I think he's got it. I think he's got it in.
Yeah. He just sucks.
He just has to get it to me programmed and
Okay.
ready to throw on the roof.
Well,
Yep.
good night.
Adios.
You've been listening to the Whiskey Bros Around the Table. Gracias por convivir con los hermanos Whiskey.